General, is there anything I can help you with?
Has our dwarven ally arrived yet?
Not yet, but we have received word that she passed the Gates of Kings 2 days ago. In other words, she will arrive soon. If you'd be willing to wait, I could arrange a conclave right after she arrives.
All right, I'll wait.
Good.
Your Majesty?
Rhaera Hellstone, rise.
Your Majesty, it's an honor. I'll keep it brief. High Hierophant Arrakis has enemies in Windhome too. The Blackstone Rebels, which I lead together with my brother Malik. We are planning a coup, and we're hoping for the Crown's support.
So, not all the dwarves in Windholm support Arrakis.
Of course not. His ideology is a current that threatens to drag under everyone who doesn't fit the ideal. And even among those who do, there are many who oppose it, as they should. Since this talk of Granite Sons is by far the, pardon my language, Your Majesty, most damned idiotic thing I've heard in years.
Interesting. So instead of engaging directly, you want to support these rebels. Is that it, Your Majesty?
Yes.
How do you know if we can trust them?
We do not. But once again, it is our best option. We've already pushed our luck by recapturing Dracot, and we cannot intervene directly without risking another war.
Nobody wants another war. Look, General, I understand your reservations. But trust me, if it were up to me, I'd be on a ship to Zoo by now. I'm doing this because I have to. And I have no intention of staying once this scumbag is back where he belongs. In chains, and in the darkest pit the Windhome dungeons have to offer.
All right. What role do you see the Wolfguard playing in this?
Well, that's simple. We need an experienced soldier to help us with an operation. A heist. Right now, we are many, but lack the coin to become a force to be reckoned with. We intend to change that by borrowing some money and high-quality weapons from Windhome's treasuries. If you help us see this through, we will use this money to build up an army strong enough to take care of Arrakis and reinstate the prince. Also, we will lend the Crown the Blackstone Rebels' forces to help you on that mission of yours. If you want us, that is.
Do you think King Rorik's son is fit to lead Windwall? To my knowledge, his father didn't enjoy the best reputation, did he?
Right. Not to mention the fact that he murdered the original Blackstone Rebels, whose name you borrowed.
That's true, but the prince is still a blank slate. It doesn't look like he takes after his father. And with the right guidance, we should be able to steer him in the right direction.
You know about our mission? About the God of Light?
I was briefed, yes.
Why would you risk the lives of you and your men for that?
Dust and stones. You're looking for the fault in everything, aren't you? First of all, it's simply our end of the bargain. You help the rebellion, we help your mission. Secondly, if this God of Light is half as gruesome and dangerous as the rumours about that fight in the Hall of Justice say, only an idiot would sit in our hands while it tries to eat our world. Don't you think?
How do you plan on getting us into Windholm, though? Is there a side entrance?
Way better. Look.
Letter of passage. For Zverak Yor?
One of EO's most renowned architects. Aye, whom we've taken hostage. Arrakis hired him to help with the construction of his statue.
What statue?
You don't know? Arrakis has ordered the construction of a giant statue of Nihalf made of pure moon silver. A monument to Windhome's greatness, apparently.
So that's the symbol that dwarf in the Windwall outskirts was talking about.
A statue made of pure moon silver. That's madness.
Arrakis in a nutshell.
An unrelated question, but did you notice any cases of people disappearing in Windwall? Or its outskirts?
No. This is about the God of Light, right?
Yes.
I see. Well, no, nothing yet. Though now you mention it, there has been talk of strange dark elves patrolling the border. That might be anything, though. Frankly, at this point, Windhome's biggest problem is Arrakis. And I hope it stays that way for now.
But I'm not Svarek Yor. How does this letter help us?
Says who? You spent years in Imperia, and you even have a slight accent. Windhome folk aren't particularly cosmopolitan, so they won't know the difference. You take the letter, show it to the gate guards, and they'll let you pass. No questions asked. Then we meet up with my brother, discuss the plan, and see it through together.
Excellent. General, make all the necessary preparations. Even if the mission succeeds, it will take the rebels a while to set the coup in motion. In other words, the sooner we get this done with, the better.
Understood. Keep it up.
General.
Did you hear back from the Black Company's leader yet? We still need to find information on those rogue sleepers.
Good of you to ask. Yes, I have. And he agreed to meet us. We can make for Calabrook as soon as you want. Oh, never mind.
What is it?
I wanted to ask you for a favor. There's someone I want to pay a visit to when we get to Calabrook. Someone I have a score to settle with.
Who? What did he do?
She. Remember how I told you that I lost my family to the Bloodburn? I just found out that... Well, I have reason to believe that their death could have been avoided. By her. I promise you that there'll be no bloodshed. At least not if I can help it.
All right, but we must be quick about it. We can't afford to lose time.
I know. Thank you. Let me know when we can set out.
What do we have here? Out of the way. Interesting.
A fair offer. Yes? Want to trade? Good choice. The best wares from Kalea to Northander. You know how to bargain, don't you?
What's this? This way.
Get ready!
Make it quick then.
For 5 days you ride under an overcast sky. One night, sitting by the campfire, Rera offers you and your companions a sip of brandy. She tells you about her life as a privateer, her return to Windwall, and about Ericus's rise to power. The worst about people like him, she says, her eyes drift off, almost as though she is talking to herself, is that they claim to speak for all of us, but he doesn't. We'll make sure.
So, there's a part I haven't told you. While it's true that nobody will question that letter once we're inside, those bridge guards have been briefed. They know who they're expecting.
That's bad.
Not necessarily. They don't know what Zverak Yor looks like, but they know his reputation.
Which is?
That he is the most unlikable, self-entitled person to have ever walked the face of Io. In other words, you'll have to act the part and they'll let us through.
Oh. Go ahead.
Hold it right there! No gravel eaters past this point.
I have a letter of passage.
A letter of... Wait. Are you the...
He isn't. He doesn't fit the description at all. Now, I suggest you tell me where you got this letter from. Or prepare to get your head beaten to a pulp.
Wait. We'll pay.
I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, but you need to speak a little louder. Ah, now I understand. Go on through. But just so you know, this never happened.
Of course not. Thanks.
Sounds like a plan.
That could have gone better.
Aye. But at least we got in. Come, let's find Malik. He's expecting us. Hold it. That's Arcus. Seems as if he's given another one of his speeches.
We might want to give it a listen. The more we learn about this man, the better.
Good point.
I say, no more! For centuries, those gravel eaters have kept us weak. Treaties, alliances, conclaves, all they did was try to put us in shackles. But no, of course that wasn't enough. They also took it upon themselves to poison our culture. And how they succeeded. Look around, brothers. Look at what our once so proud nation has become. Dwarves mixing with surface folk, breeding offspring whose existence alone is an insult to our ancestors. Women, the goddesses of life, wielding axes, making laws when they should be ensuring the survival of our people. Dwarves who don't know which end of the axe to hold. We've become a joke, brothers. A disgrace. And do you know what I'm seeing? 5 years from now, I see these halls deserted. Nothing left but the wind, the rats, and a handful of fragile creatures whose only purpose is to mine ore for the rich surface men. I see crypts filled with the corpses of dwarves. Dwarves who did not die in battle, but from the degeneration the gravel eaters brought upon us. I see the end of a people whom Nihalf once chose to rule all the mountains of Io. But we won't take it. We won't let them poison our minds, take our pride, force us into servitude. We will show them our true face. And oh, brothers, they won't like it. No more treaties, no more bargains, no more outsiders within these sacred halls. Only the sons of granite, proud and strong, axes home, baring their teeth to anybody who dares to challenge us! Are you with me? Yeah! What are you, gravel eaters? I want to hear you shout it at the top of your lungs. Fill every corner of these sacred halls with your voices. Shout it like the proud men that I see before me. Gravel no longer. We are of granite. Are you with me? Yeah! Gravel no more. We are granite. Gravel no more. We are granite. Then go and make me proud.
Impressive, isn't it? Regardless of how much I hate this guy, I have to hand it to him. He knows how to make a speech.
Well, I can see why the people follow him.
So can I. Though... Yeah.
What?
Arrakis may present himself as a saint, but I'm sure he has skeletons in his closet. We tried to dig up dirt in him before, but never found anything. If we get the chance to search inside the castle walls, well, that's a different story. In other words, we should keep an eye out for anything interesting once we're inside the fortress. I doubt it'll help convince those oafs that they're following the wrong shepherd, but it's worth a try.
What do you need?
Just the kind of person I was looking for.
Excuse me?
You know how to fight, eh? More importantly, how to survive.
Yes?
Just what I thought. I have a proposal for you then. One that'll make us both legends. You ever heard of Wyvern Fire?
Wyvern Fire? You mean the third hottest flame on Io?
Bingo. They say that everything forged by Wyvern Fire is 50 times as strong as its conventional counterpart. Well, maybe not 50 exactly, but a lot. You get the idea. Now, here's the thing. I actually got my hands on a Wyvern. And you know what? Its flame melted my whole damn forge. A mature Wyvern's fire is too hot to handle. But a hatchling, that'd be more manageable. You get me a Wyvern egg. I'll craft you Wyvern fire weapons, armor, the works. You'll be legendary. What do you say?
You have a deal.
Aye. Good on you. Come back when you have the egg.
Where am I supposed to get a wyvern egg?
Well, I heard talk of a Wyvern breeding ground out in the scorching desert. You could look there.
Isn't that dangerous?
I mean, I did ask if you're the surviving type.
What's in this for you?
I told you. This will make us both legends. The items I craft are of no use sitting around my workshop. It needs to be used, appreciated. Deeds must be done with them, stories told of them. The more renown is attached to your name, the more renown is attached to my name. And what greater achievement is there than to become a legend?
I'll be going.
Aye. Be seeing you.
Surfacer! Surfacer! Over here!
Wanted to speak to me?
Aye, my friend, I did. You're an outsider, huh? What a refreshing sight. The guards aren't letting many of you in these days. Allow me to introduce myself. My name's Gorag Rockring, representative of the Historical Society. If you're feeling particularly philanthropic, I have a proposition for you.
I'm listening.
The Society has a keen interest in acquiring old moon silver artifacts. Our ancestors spread all across Fiara, leaving pieces of history behind. We'd like to bring those pieces home. For every artifact you bring me, I will compensate you accordingly. How's that sound?
I'd like to know more about your society.
Ah, yes, of course. We were founded with a generous patronage from the late King Rorik, hence our name. Our mission is to preserve and promote our history.
Who's funding your society now that the king is gone?
We have a few private donations, but it is a challenge. All this political unrest has also thrown the future of our society into doubt. That's why it is our hope that these moon silver artifacts will spur more interest in our efforts.
I've already found some moon silver artifacts. Here you go.
Ah, wonderful! Thank you so much, Surfacer. Compensation, as agreed. Let me know if you find anything else on your travels.
You know the way, right?
Me have blessed my peer. Excuse me, you there, might I have a word?
Can I help you?
Aye, that you can. My name's Herrick Grainblast. You look like a surfacer who gets around. Have you perhaps been to the city of the Dark Elves, Calabrok?
Calabrok. Why does that matter to you?
Well, you see, my son, Idar, and his friend set out for the city nearly 2 moons ago. He was supposed to write me once he got there, but the letter never came. Dust and stones. I told him not to go. The surface is no place for a boy armed only with idealistic fantasies. Would you mind asking around for him if you find yourself there?
I'll see what I can do.
If you can find anything out, that would set my mind at ease.
Keep it up.
What's this?
Malik.
Rera. And I assume this is the fabled General Erev.
Aye.
Huh. Remind me, why do we trust him?
Stones, we talked about this, didn't we?
Aye. Before I learned that we're dealing with a war criminal here. Yes, General, I know about that mysterious night when you lost your entire division. How convenient that you remember nothing.
Believe me or not, I honestly don't remember.
If it were up to me, I'd send you right back across the Sea of Dreams. Sadly, this is my sister's idea, and her responsibility.
Malik, this is embarrassing. These people aren't here because they want to be your drinking buddies. They're here because we need them and they need us. Now, please tell me you did more than just brood over the General's past when I was gone. Like, work out the plan, as you said you would.
I'm guessing my sister has already briefed you on our objective?
Break into the Windholm treasuries and steal money and weapons to build up your movement.
Well said. Now, since trying to enter the castle through the main gates is akin to suicide, our men spent the past weeks looking for a side entrance, and they found it. Here.
A map?
Of the Windholm Catacombs, aye. Just follow the marked path and it should take you right below the castle undercroft, where you'll find a buried tunnel. Clear the rubble, and presto, you're in. Questions?
What do we do if we run into guards?
Crack open a beer with them. What do you think? You take them out as fast as you can.
Though it shouldn't come to that if we're careful enough.
A buried tunnel leading right into the undercroft? That sounds almost too good to be true.
Yeah, I thought the same. But apparently the architects were planning to extend the castle further down into the mountain years ago, but stopped. That tunnel is a leftover.
And if we succeed, you'll use the money to build up your troops and take care of Arrakis, right?
Oh yes, we will.
Also, my men and I will help you on your own mission while Malik prepares the coup. Just as we agreed.
Fair enough. And is there anything specific we should look for once we're inside?
Money, gold, moon silver weapons. Don't bother with the rest. And maybe you'll be able to dig up some dirt on Arrakis. Scandal or something might help us to slow Arrakis' march to power.
All right, we'll see what we can do.
Just don't fuck up. Oh, and one more thing. My man saw an odd dwarf going in and out of the tunnels. I don't think he has anything to do with Arrakis. We haven't seen him in a moon, but maybe keep an eye out.
An odd dwarf?
Aye, a mud dweller by the looks of it. I'm guessing he lives down there. Who knows? Maybe someone else who's like Arrakis' granite idiots destroyed.
Understood. We'll speak later.
Ancestors guide us.
Interesting.
Your brother seems quite fierce, Rara.
I know. Sorry for him going off on you. It's just... he's complicated.
I honestly hope Iskrim comes back from that Shaper site as soon as possible. He hasn't been to Windhome for decades, but he still considers it home.
The Dwarven Circle mage, right? Aye. You mentioned that before. He lost one of his relatives during the first Blackstone Rebellion, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Stick to the path.
As though descending down the different layers of Earth, every twist and turn of the tower's spiral staircase reveals a new facet of the Dwarven city. First, the granite manors of the nobility, then the bustling cramped maze that is the craftsman district. Finally, the shattered houses of the mud dwellers. By the time you reach the catacombs entrance, you've left the